Hey guys, Dr. Rosie Main. I want to give you a little demo of the basic and the advanced plan that we teach in our office. And specifically with the basic plan, it's all going back to getting those things that are causing a lot of damage with our health, with inflammation. So there's 3 keys to the basic plan, and it's a simple and lot of food. So God put a lot of many people that just are inundated with just toxins. So number 1 is remove toxins, and we're going to demonstrate some of these foods that are just filled with toxins in our household. We don't carry these, but I have them in a box, and I've had these in this box that I labeled bad food. With these bad foods we've had on this, we use as a demo for our classes. And so we want to talk about just those specific things that I've had since 2007, like a bag of chips. These chips have been in this box since 2007, but when I pull a chip out of here, you'll see it's kind of like as good as new. Able to stay preserved that long is because of all the junk that's put in it, and hydrogenated fats and all these chemicals that your body just doesn't know how to process. So then we have all these things here that I've had and are filled with toxins, and so this is the actual food in it. And so if you see, the cracker still looks like you can eat it. The cheese looks a little dried up, but there's no mold. I mean, the sausage is dried up, but since 2007, can you imagine? This is just preserved by the chemicals, and this is what's the problem, that most of these chemicals, your body has no idea what to do, and so then basically in your body, these toxins hide in your fat, and so making it very difficult for you to not only lose weight, but these toxins seep into the fat in your brain and your tissues that alter the way your body functions. Coffee, all this kind of stuff has hydrogenated fats, all these things that you would never even imagine. Still has it. Actually, I squirted some out still, and this is from 2007. The chemicals, number 2 is, sorry about that, the chemicals that are found in these foods are also in the colors that are used, such as these foods here, with dyes that are very neurotoxic. These dyes mainly are what's causing a lot of the hyperactivity in kids, because these chemicals, again, go straight into your brain and destroy your body. So anything that has processed stuff, of course, I can go on and on. You guys, some of you, have been to my workshops. But the thing is there's 3 things for the basic plan. Number 1 is remove toxins. Number 2 is remove sugar. And this is in the basic plan, it's about removing processed sugar. And so all of these are typically inundated with corn syrup. So you take like this, that not only has the dye in it, but also has the corn syrup that makes it very toxic. You guys know Coke. I mean, this is all the sugar that's in it. I mean, it's lots of sugar, but it's corn syrup. And not only that, if you could take a Diet Coke, it's now inundated with, just filled with aspartame and sucralose. It's very neurotoxic. So you have products that are sugar-free, like this pudding. People think that they're getting healthier or giving their kids healthier treats, but yet this stuff is just a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. And so this is where all these things, now there's deception too. You get something like wheat thins. So many times people think that this is healthy because it says 100% whole grain. But yet, if you look at the modified, and it has hydrogenated fats and corn syrup, so Nutri-Grain for breakfast bars. Again, this is since 2007 I've had these, and if you look at the actual package, it just has lots of the sugars, the hydrogenated fats, and all the bad stuff. So no toxins, no processed sugars in the basic plan, and no hydrogenated or bad fats. And so trans fats, those kind of stuff that are found in those potato chip bars that I've had for over a year and still hasn't gone bad. But so now we want to talk about the advanced plan. Why would somebody want the advanced plan? And I think everybody should truly just start eating like this as a lifestyle. The advanced plan is about removing inflammation, and inflammation is what's causing most people's disease. If you look at most disease, it's because of inflammation in the cell membrane. So the fact that we live in a high sugar society, we got to get rid of sugar altogether. And so sugar is the number one thing. We know that in this plan, we're not going to have toxins. Again, that's a no-brainer. Not even grain here, but grain actually just inflames our body. And not only that, it's genetically modified, so you got to get rid of it. So on the basic plan, where you can probably have like Ezekiel bread or Udi's because it's a better option. You can still have grain in the basic plan. On the advanced plan, you can't have this. So like on the basic plan, you can maybe choose for a wheat-free, gluten-free kind of tortilla, but in the advanced plan, you wouldn't really want this because it still has, again, sugar, so you want to get rid of all sugar on the advanced plan. So let me tell you the why before the how. The fact is that we are inflamed, so we need to reproduce new cells that are healthy. And so it takes about 2 or 3 months, maybe even 4, to replicate new cells. And so if you get rid of all sugar and grain, your cells, the new cells, are going to come back healthy because you replicate new cells without that inflammation. So if you get rid of the toxins and if you get rid of the bad fats. But in this diet, you're going to add lots of good fat. In the basic plan, you also add lots of quality fat. So you're going to add fat such as coconut oil to cook with. Very good. I mean, most people are scared of it because it's a saturated fat. Again, that's a myth. Saturated fat is very good for you. You want to add coconut oil, again, non-refined coconut oil. When it comes to olive oil, you want an extra virgin olive oil. You don't want to heat this in high temperature because then it turns bad. And if you're going to eat butter, which is very nutritious for you as long as it's grass-fed butter, and so we love Kerrygold. If you're going to choose a mayonnaise, you would use something like a Vegenaise that has grapeseed oil or avocado oil mayonnaise. So you would change those fats and add a lot of nuts and seeds. So again, no sugar, no grain. So what do I have for specifically? So coconut flour, almond flour, any nut flour, or even flat. And then for fruits and vegetables, in the advanced plan, you're not going to have any fruit except for berries and green apples, and sometimes some grapefruit, but very limited. And then lastly, vegetables. You can have all vegetables for the most part. Of course, no potatoes in this diet, and no corn or green vegetables. We make sure we always, pack the refrigerator. We make our own salad dressing with, olive oil, balsamic vinegar. We add some ginger and turmeric to it, and some stevia. It just makes for a great healing dressing. And so as far as milk is concerned, dairy, again, grass-fed would be better if you do cow's milk. Coconut milk is what we suggest. We do lots of protein smoothies with coconut milk. If you want to add almond milk, of course, we like hemp milk because hemp milk has a 3, 6, and 9 oils, and so that's what we typically choose. If we are going to do milk, like for instance, if you're having like a coffee or something that requires a recipe, you want to keep the fat in it. As far as meats are concerned, you're going to have protein, but you got to be careful with this diet because protein turns to sugar. So this is not a high protein diet. It's limited to about 15 to 20 grams per meal, depending on your size. Typically, you look at the size of your palm, and that's about how much protein you need per meal. But if not utilized, if you exercise, you may need a little bit more. So it just depends on the person. Again, another thing you want to take note of if you are going to change your meat. Again, all commercial toxic meat on the basic plan is gone. But you add good quality sources of protein. If you are going to have something like a hot dog, again, that's not allowed at all in these, but you can have like maybe sausages such as grass-fed beef sausages that are that don't have any hormones and also no chemicals in it. And then if you are going to choose like bacon, I know people always ask me about bacon. They love bacon. I would probably go, if you're going to do this in moderation or maybe once or twice a week, you would choose something like this right here, uncured bacon, nitrate free, something, those kind of options, or turkey bacon is very good for you, nitrate free. Again, eggs, you want either, you know, free range, again, non-vegetarian fed, so sometimes they'll be free range, but they get corn fed, so genetically modified corn again, which is even worse. So just grass-fed meat, again, organic, free range chickens and wild fish, like tuna. Like when we make our tuna for our kids, we do wild tuna. We do it sparingly, but you want a good wild tuna source. In olive oil, you want the oil in there. You want the good quality fat. Some treats we give to our kids is these, like right here. It has grass-fed, again, cheese, some olives, and some natural organic beef right there. And so they love these kind of things. Or we give them some, you know, cheese sticks. Organic cheese sticks are very good and healthy little treats they can have. Always a question people ask me, what do I drink? You want to make sure you drink lots of water with lemon. We make our own. I love this drink. This Bragg's brand. We like the ginger one as well. Kombucha is another drink you can make at home, or you can buy this one. Again, the reason I like this brand here and this flavor is, again, you're looking at no sugar. So in the back, it has only 2 grams per serving, and there's 2 servings here. So you want to keep that carbohydrate range down. And so, and then as far as, like, let's say you're going to have yogurt or kefir. I like kefir, very high in probiotics, and it's plain. Again, we add sometimes some stevia to it. So stevia and xylitol are allowed on this diet. Xylitol is very harsh for some people's digestion, so if you can't do that, do stevia. We like make sure that we either use new stevia. Even better than that, if you can get a good quality green tea stevia, which is even better. And then, of course, as far as another option is that Xyla, which is xylitol, which is found in our recipe books, the Maximize Living recipe books. We have pastries, like options for like treats. We get some pecans, and I stir fry them a little bit in Kerrygold butter, just very, you know, slightly. Then I'll put them in the oven and toast them a little bit, just very, like 5 minutes. Put some cinnamon and some xylitol, and that's a very good treat specifically for this time of the year in the fall. We have here options for, you know, peanut butter, almond butter. We use a good raw brand. And then crackers. Sometimes people ask me, like, what can I have, like, my guacamole with, or what can I have my you know, salsa with. Mary's Gone crackers are allowed on the advanced plan. Again, they're made out of flax seeds, but still have a little bit of brown rice, so you want to use maybe only 5 to 6 of these if you're on the advanced plan. And again, so good quality protein source for protein shakes. You can use bone broth protein, or, you know, a good quality whey protein. Just get started. Again, 5 rules. No fruit except for good, as far as vegetables, get rid of all the potatoes and the carrots. And then as far as fat, lots of good quality fat, nuts, seeds, avocados, coconut oil, good quality sources of protein, grass-fed, wild, free range, and then lastly, you know, you want to make sure that you're getting rid of all the grain altogether. So thank you for listening. I know that you guys are very busy, but share this, and people need answers for their health. We know many people who are sick, suffering with disease such as diabetes and heart disease and cancer, and they need your help. We can't do this alone unless you go and share it to somebody. So start acting on your health, and we just thank you for joining us. Give a lot of likes and hearts to this and share it to your friends. Thanks.